Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is also podcast Vanderpump Rules Edition, Season 12, Episode 1, Waste of Time, Stupid. These people all look the same. They're all white. They're all dumb. And I don't know why they like each other because they all seem terrible.
Will you give me one promise?
No.
You have to do this.
No, I know.
You have to watch episode 2, but you can give me all your judgments today, but be willing for it to get better. Because let's be honest, the first episode's never going to be anything.
Do you not think I want to watch a better show? You think I want to watch bullshit?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, have hope that it'll get better.
No, I have no hope. But if it gets better, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But I have no hope at this point.
I just have a different take on it because I, expect nothing from these people. And so, I'm all right.
Can I be honest? I think it would be way more enjoyable if I didn't have to take notes on it.
I get that.
That was the most... Do you know how long this took me? Because I had to keep pausing and go, who the fuck is that? And thank God that they did give me their names a lot of times. But then when they started arguing, they got rid of the names. And I was like, but who is that? You said it at one point, but they all look different from different angles.
I know. They spent the first half on exposition, which I appreciate as someone who likes a lot of details, but they did lose the names. And I spent a long time going through the cast again to know who these people were because I was so stressed about recording this episode.
I don't have time. So I got names wrong, I'm sure. Plus they all look
I know
the
them
same.
well, so I'll correct you. I've got this down.
Oh, good. That's my favorite thing too. You correcting me. Yeah, this isn't going to be a 2-hour hell recording for me.
Oh my God, it's not that big of a deal. You're just going to be that brunette one who did this thing, and I'm Natalie.
No, I bet you I wrote a name down, and then you're going to be like, no, actually, it's, and I'm going to be like, no, it's not. You don't know for sure.
I do know for sure. I know these people like the back of my hand at this point.
I'm sticking by my notes. I put a lot of time in this. I'm going to be pissed if I got someone's name wrong.
And we're appreciative.
We're really mad.
It's like the blondes. Instead of the East Coast blondes, it's the West Coast brunettes for you now.
I think it's all white people look the same to me. You could stand in the lineup, and I'm not confident anymore that I could pick you out.
Alicia, you should be able to pick me out. You look at my face many times a week.
I'm not confident anymore. Anyway, before we get in the episode, we have a TikTok, Instagram, a YouTube, a Patreon. All the links are in our description. Please be sure to check that out. And please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. I also want to shout out 2 of our fans who sent me their Spotify Wraps. We're in their top 3. One of them, she's in the top 2% of listeners. Shout out, Eva. Thank you so much for listening. You didn't have to do that. And also shout out Lainey. I did know Lainey listened because she tells me all the time. She gives me notes. So thanks, Lainey.
I love it.
It's all good. So thank you so much. Y'all should leave a 5-star review if you haven't already. Actually, Eva, you don't have to. It's nice enough you listen. That's insane. But Lainey, you better be fucking writing a review.
I want to see everybody else's Spotify Wrapped if we made them. Post them online. We'll reshare them.
Yeah, no, I'm honored. I'm truly honored. Thank you so much. Okay, let's just do this episode. So we open up with this really haunting opening, reliving the good old days, and Lisa voicing it over. The fuck? Who cares? It was in the trailer.
I think it was great to put in the trailer, but the beginning of the episode was crazy because all that's going to do is make people compare it even more, which I think you shouldn't do. Let's just let the old cast be the old cast, and let's expect nothing from these people.
No, while we're comparing, I will say Lainey texted me, I don't know how she did it, right when I was watching the episode, because she was also watching it at the exact same time, and she said, I think the problem is they just don't have the same charm as the old cast in that first episode. There's a need to be famous. There's this need to they know they have to put on a good show. It was the old cast didn't have that because it was 2013. But I think that's just the world we live in now where everyone's always being recorded and putting on a good show and everything's fake and
I agree with you.
Everything's fake.
The blinders are off because Stassi in the first scene that they ever filmed for their seasons was the I'm the devil and don't you forget it. And she said that she went to producers and said this isn't going to be an interesting show. Why are we filming? Why are we continuing to film? Nobody's going to want to watch this. So I think the delusion of thinking it's a bad show ends up creating a good show.
Yeah.
But I will stand on, these people went and worked at SUR with a very low chance of being on this show. So I have a lot higher hopes than like other shows that are being started nowadays where people are like
Sure.
cast for it and they're applying for it. And they do have the history. We always say you need a cast with history, and that is what gives me hope about these people.
We'll see, but I got to tell you, these people are terrible people. And again, it might be an age thing. It might just be like, I was watching Vanderpump Rules as a college student being like, oh my God, this is so cool. This could happen after college. And now I'm watching this as a full-fledged adult going, these people are terrible. I don't know why we're around them.
They're a hell of a lot messier than like Southern Hospitality is, though. Like, I'm like, oh, that's like, you guys are already cross-pollinating like no other.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just no charm. There's just a lot of mess.
Yeah.
I need the charm to enjoy
That's true. They're all trying to have like their own quotes and their own lines.
They're really feeding us lines, and I'm like, I'm not going to write that down because it doesn't hit. There was one line that hit that I wrote down somewhere. I even forgot it, but there was only one of them, and it wasn't even two camera. It was like someone in the background. Anyway, so we're at SUR. Lisa's here. She's welcoming everyone into a restaurant like I'm sure she does when cameras are not rolling.
Oh, I was like, get off. No, stop.
We've been at SUR for 20 years. It's lasted, well, Lisa says it's lasted so long because of the food and the ambiance. I think it's because there was a TV show 7 years ago that really put this restaurant on the map, and now people fly in and have to go here. I don't 100%. Think anyone's ever like a regular at SUR unless you know I think
in 2005 there were regulars and like celebrities used to go, but then in 2013 when the show started, it became a pop culture moment.
Yeah, that's why it's alive.
This is the Vegas of West Hollywood.
They should start charging entry at this point.
Honestly, like get a little wristband, you get a little dinky cup whenever, like as a a souvenir.
This is just the Statue of Liberty, but in LA. Like people just go to look. Anyway, so we meet Natalie, the bartender, not to be confused with Natalie, the owner.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Natalie, the bartender, and then Chris, this new bartender. And then we also meet Venus, who's a server. So Venus has been working at SUR and says this is the best job he's ever had. It reminds him of high school, which that says a lot about Venus. Apparently.
But also that's a really good comparison because that is exactly what SUR is. Even with the cameras not there, I wholeheartedly believe that is exactly how this like restaurant runs.
Sure, but to be like, this is the best job I ever had.
That's
it's like
crazy.
I was like, immediately, I hate you. Everyone's hot and fucking each other. They work, they party, and they have sex. So then Natalie is the bartender who is best friends with Venus because they started working the same day. They used to not like each other, but now they do. So we're not going to worry about the past because it's enough to focus on the future of these people.
We're at ground zero right now.
Or the present. But Natalie says she's the best bartender. She's the fastest and the most creative. And she's also kind of training Chris, mostly just telling him how to pour a drink. Which is not training because Chris, we can all pour into a cup.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chris says that Natalie was supposed to train him, but she wasn't there.
Yes.
So
no one did.
It's giving Sandoval and Jax behind the bar. You've got one person who like is weirdly passionate about this, and it's like you're just a bartender at SUR, and one person who has no clue what they're doing.
Chris just got here though. Chris is like, he just started. He doesn't know the pumptini yet. So, yeah, Chris is pretty laid back. He's mostly here to network and create opportunities for himself. He has been told he has the Hollywood look, kind of like Robert De Niro.
This was so embarrassing.
You know what, though? He's from Jersey. It kind of, that checked out. A little bit.
It was a good impression, but I was like,
well, I thought he looked more like De Niro before the impression. I was like, oh, I can kind of see it. And then he did the impression and I was like, never mind. Fuck this guy. Also, this will be, we have to talk about this later, but I know Chris. I know him from a previous show and I will get there when he talks about it.
I'm so glad you know because I meant to look this up.
I straight up went, this dude kind of looks familiar, but all white people look the same to me now.
Yep.
No, I know
She
him.
knows this white person.
I know this white person. I hate him. I hated him before. So now I extra hate him. Natalie wasn't here last week when Chris was supposed to be trained because she was suspended for this is her words, defending herself. So then we pause on the storyline because we still have to meet some more people.
Well, all I want to say is starting off with a suspension gave me some hope for these people because I'm like, I need another Kristen Doty to say suck a dick, Diana. Like, I need that.
Yes, but Natalie's not likable yet. She's so, like...
I understand that.
At least Kristen was kind of likable, maybe. Not for a while. Dating Tom made her a little likable in that first season.
Yeah.
We'll see. I
can't remember what my first impression of the Vanderpump Rules crew were.
I have notes later for Natalie that I want to dissect with you. But let's meet all these other people. So then Venus is talking to Demi, who's the assistant manager. So we find out the story was last week. Natalie was with her stepdad and her brother, and they went to SUR with friends, and Paolo was working. And you might be like, who's Paolo? But don't worry, you'll only have to know Paolo by name. He'll never show up because Paolo is Natalie's ex-boyfriend who is 54 and works at SUR. That alone, that by itself is crazy. And then he's dating Natalie, who's 26, which is a totally different fucking weird thing we can talk about. But let's talk about we thought Peter was old for SUR.
Yeah.
This man's a 54-year-old bartender. No offense, but offense.
Jax looks normal at this rate.
No offense, but offense to Paolo.
Is this your bartender? Career?
Go be a bartender somewhere other than SUR. You know, this is like for the 20-year-olds.
I have so many questions about him. Like, why are you here? Is this your full-time job? How long have you been working at SUR? Like, at what point were you like, let me date the cat, like somebody who's 26? How many people have you dated at this restaurant? Like, I need more information.
No, this man is so weird. Anyway, you know I hate an age gap. So 26 and 54,
it's even worse when he's just a bartender at a restaurant.
It's a lot for me. So Natalie had asked Paolo to unblock her number, and then this is according to Natalie. He then started telling her that she's a bad person. So they had a loud encounter, and Natalie was asked to leave, right? That's what we know.
Listen, I'm not gonna say like all of this is her fault, but what got you blocked? I do want to know that.
Okay, and also, you don't have to go up to your ex and be like, unblock me. That is...
Right?
That's insane.
Your 54-year-old ex.
This girl doesn't have...
working.
This girl doesn't have one screw correct. I'm telling you that now.
I love.
No,
this got me excited.
She's nuts. But there's no charm to her. Anyway, the bar is overflowing. There's no servers available because they're all in the back putting... espresso cups into the brunch sangria and drinking. Mainly Marcus, the server, and Jason, the new server, who is also Chris, the new bartender's cousin.
Genius way to sneak alcohol.
Also disgusting. What if you're the one ordering that brunch sangria and someone will put their hands in it with their espresso cup?
Do you think they're double dipping their cup?
It doesn't matter. You're dipping your cup. There's gonna be some finger that hits that sangria, and then something's gonna drip back in. All I thought was the patron should not order the brunch sangria.
Yeah,
at SUR anymore. Take it off the menu. And I hate Marcus for doing this because even Jason was like, "I don't know, man." And Marcus was like, nah, this is it. This is what we gotta do.
It's crazy because Marcus is training Jason, like you said. And the only things Marcus is training Jason on is how to sneak alcohol and how to not do his job.
It's giving like worse than Kristen Doty. And he's also not likable.
I didn't see one moment where Marcus served a table. Like we got B-roll of everybody else kind of doing their job.
No, you know what? He went up to a table and was like, can I get you the check? Or what? I even thought when they showed the B-roll of him, I said he is the most unfriendly server.
I can't believe he's a server.
I would be so angry if he like was my server. I'd be like, gee, like you sound very aggressive towards me, sir. Like, I don't know.
And I'm gonna be honest, he's the least good looking person on this cast.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay, so then Demi walks in and is like, what are you doing? And Marcus, of course, is like, oh, I was telling Jason about the dry ingredients, which Demi is like, get out.
Ever be telling him about the dry ingredients? Like,
Demi
this is
says
not a believable lie.
Yeah, Demi immediately is like, I work with idiots. Which,
yes.
Yeah. So we find out from Demi that she started working at SUR 8 years ago, and there is B-roll footage of her walking through the shot with Sheena,
God.
which is hilarious. But now she's the assistant manager. Marcus says that Demi working at SUR is like The Shining when Jack Nicholson was there the whole time, which is so funny. That was great. So then we meet Audrey, who's my personal favorite because she is the only blonde, so I know who she is. And also, she says maybe 5 words this whole episode.
That's so crazy because somebody else on our Instagram said that she was one of the favorites too, and I was like, she didn't do anything.
That's why she's my favorite. Whoever said that on Instagram, you and me, girl. I'm assuming a woman. I don't know.
Riding for Audrey till the end, apparently.
I'm putting all my horses on Audrey. She's the hostess. And basically she says everyone working at SUR is here to make it in the entertainment industry, which we know that's not new news.
Yes. Yeah, so, we didn't need that from this show, this episode. I was like, you don't have to tell clear, us. Everybody.
We've been here, okay?
Yeah.
This is our house. What's the viral sound where it's like,
who are you? Who are you? I'm the owner of this house.
Yeah, I'm the owner of this house. So Marcus finds Kim, who's also a server, and kisses her, which they are dating. Great. And Marcus he's like, I don't want to work. Marcus seems to hate SUR a lot. He hates working. Why are you
here?
Yeah. So Kim and Marcus dating. Kim is very much in love with Marcus, and that's about it. So it sounds like a great one-sided relationship. Marcus is a total douchebag. They fight every week, and everyone at work gets to deal with it, which, as we know, sucks for everyone.
Insane. I don't get how, if we're going to have one couple, I don't want it to be like this.
No, and it sounds like Marcus doesn't even really like Kim that much.
No.
And he, from I don't know, what are we at this point? Maybe 12 minutes into the episode? I hate him. I hate him.
There's no redeeming qualities of that man because
he's not charming.
He's not charming. He's not good looking. He's not witty. He's a dick. He's not doing his job. He's sneaking alcohol, but it's not even in a fun way. There's nothing fun about him.
The Jack Nicholson comment was
okay. That one was good, that was hilarious. Especially when he was like, "That was so mean." I appreciated him saying that was so hilarious. Mean.
That was really good.
He's just not giving me anything else.
You know what the problem what are you doing here? There's not an underdog. There's no Sheena that's out of the group. They're all just terrible people together.
Okay, there is one person on this cast that hasn't been introduced yet, so we might get her.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
So again, hold out hope for episode 2.
Anyway, so then we learn that Marcus and Venus are best friends, and people think that Venus, Marcus, and Kim are in a throuple. So that's great. So Lisa then checks in with Chris, the new bartender, but is looking for Natalie because they need to have a one-on-one chat. So Lisa opens up with, "You need to explain to me, young lady." And I was like, oh my God, Lisa's ancient, dude. Basically, though, Lisa wants to know what happened. Natalie says that her and Paolo broke up 3 months ago and they never had separation, but that's the life you choose when you date someone you work with. And Lisa's like, you know what separation is? On your day off, you don't come into where you're working or where your ex-boyfriend is working, basically. And then we get to see tape. We don't hear anything, which we don't need. But we see tape of Natalie going after Paolo, which the rest of the cast fills in what was basically said. And it was just a lot of yelling, loud, screaming. Paolo's just trying to bartend, right?
Loved the use of security footage. And I would like to request that in every other Bravo show. Because what do you mean on Salt Lake City we didn't get anything from the plane from hell? Ooh, let's use this more.
Side note on that. There is a guy who says he recorded it and he was on the plane, but he's scared to release it because he's afraid Meredith Marks would come after him. So whether he's telling the truth or not, he did say he was on that plane and he heard Meredith from Comfort Plus.
Wow.
So whatever, we'll get to that. That's a side
But
note.
Anyway, release the footage. Like
release him.
I need the use of like abnormal footage because we're in a digital age. Like I thought this was so great. Like I wish we would have gotten this in the OG Vanderpump. So I am like, okay, +1 for production. I'm liking this inclusion. Let's get more of this type of stuff.
Of course. So Lisa, yeah, she's basically like, I'm embarrassed for you, and maybe you shouldn't fucking do that. Natalie, though, she gives us a list of reasons why she shouldn't be in trouble, which I would just like to say is not actually a list of reasons. They're just a lot of questions that she poses back to us.
No,
she says,
do better, babe. This wasn't what you thought it was.
Why is everyone making her out to be crazy? She's going through something. Mercury has been in retrograde this whole time, which you know where I stand on that. Her and Paolo had no sex life, so maybe if she was getting laid, she'd be happier.
Why are we dating this 54-year-old who's not even sleeping with you?
Who has no libido.
What is the benefit here?
Needs some Viagra, apparently. But here's the other thing. If this relationship was so sexless and terrible, why are you begging for him to unblock your number? This doesn't,
I don't get it.
This doesn't
stop
do
dating
anything.
Mediocre men, especially mediocre old men. This relationship is embarrassing.
I'll take you one further. Let's stop dating men and make them super lonely.
Let's make them lonelier. This is a man who needs to be lonely.
Yeah. Also, a woman who should be a little lonely, because why, if this was so terrible, are you going to berate him at work? I just want to know why. She's like, oh, because we didn't have closure. It sounds like it was a bad relationship. Maybe we shouldn't have closure.
It sounds like your legs were closed and you weren't even having like sex at all.
What are we doing?
Why do we want to open them back up? Like,
hello,
we don't need this man. Go anyway. You're good looking. Like, you can go get a guy who will bang you.
Yeah, we meet a guy who will bang her in this episode. So anyway, Lisa is giving Natalie a break because Natalie's been here a long time. And I was like, fire her. Why are we? Come on, Lisa. No, we know it's for the show. It's for the show.
Is the backbone of this show.
Yeah. So Natalie's back at the bar. Marcus gives her a little hug. Natalie knows that she fucked up. She feels sad. And then to make things worse, Shane comes in. And Shane and Natalie have been talking now that she's single, and Shane has the douchiest voice. They're all douchebags. Yes. He is so douchey, dude. He is somehow douchier than Marcus, which I didn't think was possible.
But at least he's good looking. Like, Marcus is a cotton swab.
Sure, but talking to this man, his voice alone,
his laugh, the way Marcus was like, his laugh is like so high, you know it's coming.
It was on point. It was like, that was an ick.
They played it on Love and Ovens Live, Alicia, and it was like, why? Why do you have to do this for me?
Yeah, so bang my head against the wall anyway. So Shane walks in with a girl, and Natalie is pissed because Shane told her he wouldn't walk in with a girl at where she works. So this is the quote, by the way, because then she is venting about it to Marcus, and she's like, oh my God, Shane told me he wouldn't do that. He's a liar. And Marcus goes, just because he lied once doesn't make him a liar. If you cut hair once, does that make you a barber? I out loud cackled. So I will say, for Shane is good looking, but Marcus he's a little quippy. Because that was
when
funny.
He's not trying to be. Like, I don't like when they're sitting in their interview chairs trying to be quippy. That was the best line of the entire show. And I was like, Jax Taylor would have loved that line. Like,
just because you cut hair once,
his own heart.
Does that make you a barber? That was so funny.
What's crazy is it makes sense. I was like, you know what? He's not a liar. But he is. He's literally like making me rethink him being a liar.
I'm being gaslit into supporting men, which I don't like, but it was so funny. It was so funny. I can appreciate
when somebody's good at gaslighting you. Like, that was good.
That was awesome. Because it left Natalie speechless. She was like, I would have been like, yeah, it does make you a barber. My dumbass. Just because you fly a plane once, does that make you a pilot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does now. Save one life, you're a doctor. Come on.
Here. I mean, who am I to judge?
So Shane is sober, but that doesn't stop him from going to the bar and chasing women because he's addicted to them. He loves a voluptuous, I think that's what he said, speluncuous. He said something weird, like
he did say something
delicious,
weird.
but it wasn't.
It's like,
but
why?
He loves women. He sounds like
he does.
an addict. Marcus goes to say hi to Shane, and we meet Nika, the date. And then Natalie is walking. She's doing the thing where like Venus is taking drinks to actual tables and Natalie just tags along so she can be seen, but like doesn't have to say hi. But Shane, of course, is like, hey, and like taps her in the shoulder and she's like, oh, hi. And then everyone's like, Shane, she's working. You can't leave her alone,
I think it's good on this cast we have one person who doesn't work at SUR.
Thank God, if I had to hang out with Shane more than I already did this episode, I would hate it.
He could never work here, but we do need the like, oh, I don't work there, but I'm a patron, because like it is weird to patron the restaurant you work at.
Yeah, at Natalie. It's a little weird. Anyway, so Shane met Natalie a few weeks ago at karaoke, and he thinks she is unstable, but she's hot. So it's a love connection.
I love it.
That's how you know Shane has nothing going up top.
Well, that's how we know he's addicted to women. He will take the unstable ones too.
If she's hot.
He just wants to run through as many women as possible.
Nice, successful, stable woman. If she's
not
hot, we don't want it.
I don't think, even if she was hot, I don't think he wants a nice, successful woman. He wants the drama.
Yeah, which makes me hate him.
But I love it for this show.
He thinks Natalie is playing hard to get. So he brought Nika
absolutely
to play Natalie in hopes that Natalie will get mad. Great. So now we're all going to go out. So we change in the bathrooms, get ready, go out after the shit.
This is the energy I want. This is the same energy as like Summer House going out on a weekend. I need them to go out after their shift.
Of course. So we also learn more about Kim, who is Marcus's girlfriend. She moved from New York to LA, and she is your typical type A New Yorker. She loves all these girls like sisters, and they all fight like sisters. So then we go to the Belmont, which looks kind of lame. They just sat outside, which I know we're filming, but all they did was sit outside with each other and like talk. I get they're all banging each other and stuff, but like, let's go dancing or some shit.
I know, the like night out wasn't well done, and I don't know if that's because like they're warming up in like filming, that like they're not good at crafting a show yet.
Yeah, I don't know if the bar was like, you can't film inside, so we were stuck outside. But there were no, like, randos, which is also, I love. That's very fun.
Yeah. But, well, there was one rando. We'll get to him.
Oh, the star of the show. The only character I'll protect forever. Yes. Okay, so we're at the Belmont. They argue about who had a tougher day at work, which I don't know about you, but that's my favorite argument to have. And then Natalie is like, I had the worst shift because Lisa was mad at me. And then Demi's like, well, yeah, because you were a monster. And Natalie goes, she was. We're all monsters all the time, which is just, this woman is crazy. So then we learn that Demi was actually dating Paolo up until the day Natalie started dating Paolo, which makes me question Paolo a lot.
I question all of them. And again, how many people has he dated? This is insane. This 54-year-old is running a train through this restaurant.
And then Demi and Natalie weren't friends when it happened, but then became friends?
I don't trust their judgment.
And Natalie can't help that Paolo wanted to bang her.
Oh, good God. I need to see this man's face. I need to see this man's face, because how do you want to steal this 50-year-old man from another girl at the restaurant?
Natalie's a pick-me.
Absolutely.
Great. Also, Shane asks, he's like, isn't Paolo older than your dad? Which I was like,
yes,
you know? But no, Paolo is younger than Natalie's dad and stepdad. So I think
probably
that makes it
like
okay. It doesn't.
I mean,
it doesn't.
It's adjacent to okay. It's not okay.
It's legal, but it's uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Great. So then Natalie yells at Shane for bringing a girl tonight after he said he wouldn't. And Shane does apologize. I think mostly because he's scared, but his plan worked. And Natalie loves attention. So she forgives Shane, and then he gives her a nice little hug.
Plan, and it went by the book for Shane.
Yep. So then Kim is upset because Natalie is such an attention whore, which I was like, okay. So Natalie is always looking for attention in the wrong places, including Marcus, which at first I was like, oh, Kim, whatever, because, Kim and Marcus seem to fight about everything. But then we find out that Natalie sends Marcus good morning texts and pictures of her fuck me heels, which that is weird.
Crazy. Okay.
A friend or not, I have guy friends, and that is weird. They
talked about this on Watch What Happens Live, and Natalie said she wasn't waking up and sending him good morning. Like, they were texting in the morning, and, her response said, oh, good morning, whatever. He, asked her something, and she was like, good morning, da-da-da-da-da.
I don't believe anyone, honestly.
And Natalie said she has the text, so I'm wondering if this is going to be, a theme of the season.
Release
and if she's going to release him at the reunion or something.
Release him. What about the fuck me heels?
That she didn't comment on, and that I fully believe she sent, and that's weird.
Also,
that's
weird.
Weirder. I think the heels are weirder than the good morning text, in my opinion.
Agree, because I have good guy friends, and one of them I just saw this past weekend, and he has a girlfriend he lives with, and I thought, okay, if I texted him good morning a few times, that'd be weird, but I think he would answer and just be strange. But imagine if I was what do you think of these heels? And they were just the craziest, sluttiest heels. His girlfriend would have every right to be pissed at me.
Absolutely.
That's
I could see myself, if I'm texting someone on a Saturday morning at 8 a.m. being good morning, are we still meeting up for whatever? Yeah. I don't think I would do that, but I'd feel it's less weird if a good morning is with just a whole text. But I could never just send somebody good morning, but I hate saying good morning over text. So I don't even want to do that to my friends' boyfriends, anybody I'm seeing. So, but the heels are worse.
The heels are weird. So Marcus is explaining himself to Demi, and Kim and Demi are both, because he's like, no, Natalie and I are really good. We're friends. And Demi says, no, not really. You and Natalie aren't friends.
Weird to be you're not friends. You don't get to decide if they're friends.
But maybe they're not friends. I don't know. It's a very weird. Also, everyone getting mad about this was very weird. Natalie, Kim a little. If I saw fuck me heels, I'd be like, y'all gotta stop.
Kim is rightfully annoyed. It's just weird that everybody is deciding and commenting on if they have a friendship or not, and that's the basis of the fight. Not really hey, sending fuck me heels is weird. That should be the discussion.
I thought it was weird. Marcus was like, no, we are friends. And I thought it was weird that Demi was like, no, you aren't. And then I think it's weird later when Natalie's like, actually, we're really, I'd be like, fine then, we're not friends. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
what are we arguing about?
Whether you decide we're, or catalog us as friends or not, I'm still going to interact with him the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for anyone's perspective, honestly. Anyway, so Marcus is explaining himself. Venus is like, oh no, I think they are friends. We should just put out a survey at this point. Kim says, not really. And this is where I'm like, this is a pissed off girlfriend, because she's like, actually, you're not friends. And I was like, and with that, that's law. That one right there.
That is true. That's true.
Law.
Kim can comment if they're friends or not, because Kim has power because she's in the relationship.
Kim goes, actually, you're not friends. And Marcus does the right thing and shuts the fuck up. Yes. Everyone else gets involved, because then Natalie hears and she turns around in her chair and she's like, oh, we are friends. And Kim's like, no, you're not. And they just start yelling at each other. Marcus is in between them, staring into the abyss.
He will not comment.
But that's when we see my diva. This man.
He's literally so close to them.
Dying. There's this man with a beautiful white mustache, so large. He's wearing a beautiful little hat.
I mean,
this man.
And he's perfectly cut out in the scene. They just cut to him, and he's perfectly in between cast members. A paid actor.
He is so close to this like outdoor area. I don't know if Marcus is making eye contact and if they're like
no idea
telepathically speaking, or if Marcus was also like captured by this man's beauty, because I get that. I stared at this man for a good 5 minutes.
But also in the reverse, is this man like captivated by this argument about being friends?
I think so. Or truly was he captivated by Marcus? Him and Marcus eye contact. I don't know if because he didn't really move his eyes to be like to Kim, to Natalie arguing.
Nope, just staring
he
straight
just
ahead.
Stared straight ahead, which was what Marcus was doing. So I thought lovers, maybe. But also, I feel like this man just staring at him. I'm not trying to make an assumption because we all know I end up on the wrong side of those a lot of times. I think he was shocked by this amount of drama. Plus the cameras were there. I think he was just like, what's going on? Maybe he's visiting LA.
Just a curious little neighbor.
This. Yeah, a curious little a diva. I'm obsessed with him. Diva. I love him so much. If he's not a regular on this show, which I have a feeling he won't be, this show immediately can never get a 10 out of 10 for me.
That's such a bummer. But imagine, so that diva walks up, is listening to this little thing, staring at Marcus engulfed, and then beautiful. Producers have to hunt him down and say, will you sign a release form?
Someone, who's the camera? I'm in love with the cameraman who went, well, look at this guy. Like,
gotta get this guy.
You know that me and him have me and this camera person, man, woman, doesn't matter. We have the same sense of humor because I would have done that. And I would just like to say, whoever got that shot and whoever put it in this episode, I'm in love with you and I'm ready to propose.
Find this man. I need to know.
I'm so into everyone in this scene. The cameraman, the editor/producer, and this man himself. The four of us should go get coffee because I've never laughed so hard.
And what I need is next year at BravoCon, a new Bravos award that's like best supporting character, best extra, and he's the winner.
He's it. We have
it's
his
just
name.
Him 4 times nominated. Do we?
Well, Bravo does because they had him sign a release form.
Good point. Good. Track that man down.
Bring him to BravoCon.
Alicia, can you imagine if that was like your grandpa and you're just watching TV, you had no idea? You're like, Grandpa, what are you doing?
Have you ever seen, there's a video where like, you know, at sporting events, they like show a kid on the Jumbotron and everyone claps and they show someone else and no one claps? That's how I felt when I saw this man. I was just like, yes! And then as soon as they cut, I was like, oh. But that's what I want at BravoCon, for him to walk on stage and everyone erupts, and as soon as he walks out, like he doesn't say a word, he just walks through.
I love it. You know what? Get that man on Traitors. Get him on Traitors next.
Oh my God. He looks Scottish. We don't know anything about him. His mustache.
He would crush it.
I could talk for an hour on this man alone. Anyway, if he's your grandpa, please reach out to us.
We have loads of opportunities for
I would love to interview you. Yes. That would be the highlight of my career.
You're so right.
So let me know. Please
We're
contact.
Available day or night.
Literally, I would sell my soul for this man. Anyway, Marcus leaves the argument. He said he has a cig behind his ear, maybe to go smoke it. I think to go find this magical man who disappears.
Good point. Anyway,
Natalie, she can actually prove that her and Marcus are friends because she has 2 pictures of him with him from 2023 that proves
before
that
him
they're
and Kim started
friends.
dating, which I do think matters. Like if you're friends with someone before they started dating someone, that person doesn't get to dictate your friendship.
Meredith, I have 2 friends with people from high school too before they started dating their significant others. That doesn't mean we're friends.
No, I know, but it just gives more leverage of like, I knew him before he started dating you, so like whatever our relationship was.
She didn't say that.
I know, I'm just saying, whatever the relationship was before they started dating is a little bit less weird when they're like dating.
No, but a friendship does have to change. If you
agree.
I
think
I
the
hate
fuck
to say
deals
this,
are still weird, but like texting in the morning or something isn't that weird if you guys have been friends since, well, I guess it's only been 2 years, but.
Also, your friendships do change. Like,
yes, but I'm just saying, like, if I already had a close friendship with you, like, your girlfriend shouldn't massively come in the way just because you started dating.
Sure. But how good of friends were they when she was dating Paolo? You know, I got questions. So
that's what matters, is her being single. Did it change because she's single now?
Was she single in 2023 when they took those 2 photo evidence pictures together?
She went to his birthday, Alicia. They're best friends.
Oh my God. Well then, Kim's got to take a step back, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Kim, come on. You have too much authority over your own boyfriend.
Kim's over here crying for nothing. Come on, Kim. No, I'm truly anti-Natalie this whole episode.
100% agree. 100% agree.
I'm anti-Marcus. I'm anti almost everyone except Audrey and maybe a little Kim.
I just need more details on like the Marcus Natalie relationship, on like, is it actually, are they actually friends? I'm not going to decide because it's weird that everybody's screaming for them.
I don't really care.
To tell me, are they actually friends?
Agreed. Okay, so then Venus and Marcus go to smoke this cigarette, and Venus tells Marcus he needs to stand up for Natalie and not his girlfriend.
That's crazy.
And even dumbass Marcus is like, no. I'm not gonna do that.
Marcus is doing the right thing. If he actually is friends with Natalie, he's doing the right thing by just being silent. Yeah.
Yeah. And Venus is like, oh, so what you're saying is you're gonna let Natalie look like a dumbass bitch instead of standing up for her? And Marcus is like, yeah.
I'm not gonna get yelled at by my girlfriend. Yeah, I'm gonna be silent.
Guess who I go home with? Not Natalie. So here's the thing. Which, Venus, what the fuck? Aren't you like friends with
Marcus
Kim?
And Kim? Yeah.
But also, like, don't get involved. He doesn't have to pick a side. We could say, why couldn't you have stood up and said, this is a dumb argument? Who cares?
Right? I know. I was like, Venus, what? Like,
what's your relation here? Yeah, what are we doing?
He clearly, like, his best and closest is Natalie, and then it's, like, Marcus, and then Kim through Marcus. But Natalie doesn't need help in this, by the way. Like, she's not floundering, and they're not, like, calling her a whore, you know? Like, they're not degrading her. They're just like, you're not friends with my boyfriend. This is light work in a fight.
It was very weird. So then it's the next day. I think it's usually not important, but we get little, like, snippets of everyone just to get to know them better. So we see Audrey rollerblading like she's in a 1950s porno, which I don't know who wears this to rollerblade, but okay. We see Venus's apartment. He's painting. And then we go to another apartment that we don't know who it belongs to at the time. But Jason and Chris are going over a script. I believe it's their apartment, but we'll get to it later. So then we go to the gym, and Marcus is here with this backpack that he always has that now I'm addicted to spotting the backpack. So he shows up with this backpack to meet Shane. And I immediately, again, hate Shane. Marcus is feeling like a 2 out of 10 today. Shane's feeling 3 out of 10. Shane and Marcus, we learn they've been longtime LA friends, which we all know those are going to break up in 11 years. So good luck to y'all. But
that gives me hope about this cast. These people have known each other for 11 years.
No, I said they've known each other for 3 years. I said it's going to break up in 11 years.
No, they've known each other for 11 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How old are they?
Because I watched that scene like 3 times to make sure I understood this cast.
16 when they met?
No, I think they're in their 30s. And they moved there in their 20s.
Really?
Yeah, Marcus said that was the first person he met in LA.
Wow, crazy. It's basically Jackson Tom.
Exactly.
Sandoval, specifically.
I mean, they're like besties through modeling too. I'm like,
yeah, they were signed to the same modeling agency. Shane does a lot of the designer and couture stuff, and Marcus is the budget model, which I appreciate that he knows that about himself. He's kind of funny. He's kind of funny, and I hate it.
He's not fully trying to be, though.
I know, self-deprecating. Okay,
that's true. Okay. That is his like best quality, though. But I don't get why we're fighting over this man that looks like a thumb.
No, I get it. Same, but if
you're like,
I gotta have at this point, if I have to have a conversation with any of these airheads, I would kind of pick Marcus and be like, let's just see where it goes.
That's a good point. I want to talk to Paolo, to be honest, and Mustache Man.
The Mustache Man is obviously my crush, my new celebrity crush. I might make him my wallpaper. Okay, so there was a situation. Can we do the boy side and then we'll do
Yes.
Kim's side? Okay. So as soon as they left the Belmont, everything went nuts last night. Marcus, this is Marcus's point of view. He got back to Kim's And Kim started fighting with him. She called him a joke of a boyfriend, and she kept yelling at him until 5 a.m. So Marcus,
which is crazy.
awesome.
What time did they get home? Yeah.
I don't know.
I know, I need the full timeline.
Marcus leaves, and then Marcus can feel his phone vibrating, and he's ignoring it. But he knows if he doesn't answer his phone, Kim will pop up. So once he gets home, he checks her location, and her little dot is coming. I think he says up the canyon, whatever that means. And then he opens the door for her because she does get to his apartment, house, place.
I just imagine them taking 2 separate Ubers to his apartment.
No, same. And so then he lets her in. They sleep. And when they wake up, I don't know, 3 hours later, she's like, do you want to talk about it? And Marcus is like, no. So then Shane goes, I think the universe is telling us we should be single.
Which, okay, what insane move to follow him home. You're kind of over the fight enough to go to bed. You sleep, and then he wants, you want to talk about it the next morning, and he's like, it's still a no, dog. Like, why'd you come here?
Listen, I gotta tell you, Kim is the right around of crazy for me. I don't hate her. I'm kind of digging that. I'm kind of sitting here like, I hate Marcus much. I'm like, good for Kim. Never no peace, Marcus. Never no peace.
Her drama is happening off camera. Like, I wanted her to rip into him at that bar the night before.
She was busy crying. And they cut the cameras. It wasn't even that late.
Rightfully so. Like, they're not going to follow him home, but, like, she's got to do that on camera.
Sure.
And she could become my favorite.
Listen, sure. But I enjoyed this level of crazy for him to leave and then be like, and I'm calling an Uber to go out. That's the right amount of crazy that I'm accepting.
I am upset with production for not giving us like a visual map of like an Uber, like him like checking his phone. Like there was something we could have done here.
I agree, because it doesn't sound like you live that far away. Kim was able to get there before you fell asleep. Like you live pretty close. So then at Kim's apartment, Venus is here. They both feel like shit, so they're going to have a mimosa. And then Venus tells Kim basically like, this is what he kind of saw last night. Marcus tells Natalie all the time that they're like brother and sister, but Kim's over here telling Natalie that they're not even friends. So the issue is Marcus on this one.
I like this. Let's
blame him. Which I like that Venus isn't sticking up for his friend. We don't need this. Yeah. But then, so Kim tells her side of what happened once cameras went down, which I will also say it was extremely accurate and also made her seem crazy. So I dig Kim for being like, I was a lunatic, and
that's okay.
So Kim was upset, and just like Marcus always does, he doesn't want to deal with it. And Marcus just told her to not be this girl. So she called him a joke of a boyfriend. So then Marcus left, which I guess is also typical Marcus behavior. And so she called him. This is Kim said this. She called him 100 times because she was having a panic attack. So then she doesn't feel comfortable with Natalie being friends with Marcus because Natalie doesn't know what boundaries are. And
that is clear.
Natalie already hooked up with Paolo when he was dating Demi, which again is more Paolo's issue. But the girl doesn't, I mean, Natalie doesn't seem sorry about. She's like, I can't help it that Paolo wanted me. You know,
I agree. Bad taste. I think she would do it again. Like if she wanted Marcus and Marcus wanted her, she would have no problem hurting Kim's feelings.
Oh, for sure. So Venus is basically like, hey, we should not act like this because it's going to age us. And I think we should just hate men. And I was like, shout out. What a great thing to say.
But like, age us, like getting angry just ages us?
It does. It brings wrinkles.
I gray hair. I'm angry all the time. You told me I don't have wrinkles, and I feel like I'm like upset all the time.
Well, so I don't know. Do you have gray hairs? I found a gray hair. I think that's from my anger.
I also don't think I look. I just don't think I think about this stuff.
I also like being angry. So I think it fuels me. But I'm like rarely though arguing with a man in my apartment because they don't come for my peace. I don't have men.
Really good point. That's true. Peace. We talk in and out of the anger. Yeah.
I mostly meant it like politicians, like those men. I'm mad at them.
And I think being mad and like typing on our screen is different than like yelling at someone in person.
Yes.
they're a disastrous relationship and they're probably arguing all the time.
That she's arguing all the time. She only got like 3 hours of sleep last night.
True.
Like, this is a mess. Not me. You know,
Not me.
I don't do this.
No, I'm well rested.
No. Yes, of course. Men aren't going to steal my beauty sleep. Please. So then we go back to SUR, and it's during the daytime, and Lisa's here, and we see Natalie, the owner.
My girl's back.
I love her. So she needs to tell Lisa something. So she was watching the camera footage to look for something else, but she found Marcus drinking in the kitchen and teaching Jason how to sneak drinks. And Marcus and Venus then went to the bartender and asked for shots. And then when the bartenders wouldn't give them any, they went and snuck more drinks. And Lisa's like, listen, I know people are going to steal drinks, but now we have HR. So
this isn't 2013 anymore. We have HR at SUR.
No.
Lisa.
Kristen Doty knew when to stop, and that's when HR showed up. So Natalie gets really upset. She is on the verge of tears, which how dare they put Natalie in the...
Well, Natalie's stressed. It's like a stressful time to own a restaurant, which is like very accurate. Like, this is her livelihood. Like, she is worried about SUR continuing on, which is very valid.
She also says it's just not respectful. It's just not.
I'm so sorry, but your staff it doesn't seem like really ever respected you, especially the ones who are going to be on your TV show. So
yeah.
I'm so sorry, but no matter what happens, you're not going to get respect from these people.
She's very upset though. We also learned, like, since COVID, nightlife in LA hasn't been the same. I think that's pretty
specifically
worldwide.
West Hollywood. I never really thought about. Like, I know in my city, like, where the nightlife has, like, spread out or, you know, dispersed, like, there was a specific area that just hasn't rebounded the same way, and I never thought about West Hollywood being that for LA.
Yeah, and Lisa already had to say bye to Pump, so she will not lose SUR.
And didn't her other restaurant close, Villa Blanca? But that one wasn't because of COVID. That was other issues.
That one, I think,
I think there was like a lawsuit or something.
Yeah.
That one was messy. Yeah.
But we've lost almost all other restaurants. I think we still have Tom Tom.
She's basically moved to Vegas. Like, all of her stuff is in Vegas now.
Yep. Then we go to a recording studio, which it's giving Sheena.
I was scared. And I am scared.
It's giving Sheena, but unlikable, which is what my note says.
Absolutely. It made me miss Sheena, and I said, how dare you do that to me?
Here's the thing. Sheena, a lot of people dislike, which I get. But
absolutely.
I don't relate, but I can see your side.
You can see the dislikable character to other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, Sheena, though unlikable, had some sort of charm. She was funny. She's the butt of the joke.
Yes.
She was the underdog for a very long time, which also made her very likable.
We enjoyed disliking her.
Yes. Natalie is like just all around terrible and unlikable. Like, when Sheena sang, it was funny because it was kind of bad.
Sheena,
but she knew it, but she kind of knew it.
I thought about you because when Natalie goes in and sings those early things and they're doing like the sounds, it literally flashed me back to Sheena doing the like sex sounds with Shay. Yeah. And I was like, no, this doesn't hit the same because this is bad. This isn't like good, bad or bad, good. Like, this is just try hard, really like giving your all and it being like so cringeworthy.
That's it. Is Sheena went in and went, I get mistaken for Britney Spears. I'm just trying to be fucking famous. And then
she wanted the pop star.
Yeah, she didn't care if you thought she was a good singer. She just wanted you to buy an album. And then she did Sex Noises, which was hilarious because she did them. And they were actually pretty good sex noises.
Which made it
funnier that way. It was like on a album. It was on her song. And then it made it funnier that it was in front of Shay, who was with this creepy recorder. Like, the situation Sheena has always been in, that's what makes her good TV. That's what makes her likable. Even if you dislike her, whatever situation she's in, is so pleasant to watch. Because that's why we can talk about all the time Sheena has angered everyone and why you hate her, because it's so funny. This was just her being like, no, I'm going to be a star. I'm a really good singer. And then it's like, not that great. And there's nothing else that's funny about this. We're just watching you sing.
And then Demi comes in and is like, you did such a good job. And I was like, why are we lying to her? That was, I don't like that.
Also, the song's not even funny. It's a song called Passenger, and she wrote it after she and Paolo broke up, and she went out on a date with a guy from Hinge for the first time, and they had sex. And she was having sex for the first time in 6 months. Which is just,
why are we with this 54-year-old man when we're not banging him? And then like we're now like I don't connect to this.
Also, like, if this song comes out, right, and people are like, listen to this,
I need to listen to it.
To be like, oh yeah, I could totally relate to this specific the way I know why you wrote this is crazy. I don't like the reason.
Yeah.
Sheena's song she went, I bet you like that. That's funny. It's at least a gay pop album or something. Like, what the fuck? This is so
we didn't
terrible.
really hear any lyrics because like she's such a bad singer. My brain couldn't register any of the words she was singing, but we didn't get enough of the lyrics for it to make sense, the explanation of the song.
It was something like she was, put her in your seat, she'll be your passenger.
I don't like it. This made me dislike this setup.
Demi's here. They sit down to chat. They weirdly can't stop touching each other. It's giving Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
100%. And I was like, in my mind, you two should dislike each other. Like, you stole her boyfriend, who I guess didn't fuck probably both of you, and he's 54 years old, and like somehow you guys are like wrapped up. It definitely is giving Wicked. Like, the messiness of the Wicked characters, weird throuple relationships. I was like, why are you guys doing this?
Natalie can't stop being like, I love you so much. You're so important to me. I'm going to cry. Like, we should go to couples counseling, but I can't do any more therapy. I'm so obsessed with you. And Demi's like, it's all good. But she basically tells us she's never going to trust Natalie. And Natalie's like, you're my best friend. I'm going to burst into tears. It was very weird.
So confused.
I don't like Natalie. I think she's off her rocker. Like, I think she's crazy.
I like the messiness of the relationships that she brings in this group, but she, as a person and a character, doesn't do it for me.
No.
Like, her connections to everybody, I'm like, that is the perfect spice we need for a show. No, but like the stealing Demi's boyfriend and the like messiness with the like friends. Like, I like the dynamic and the setup of the like relationships, but she doesn't show up well for me on camera, and I don't get it. And I don't know why we're like watching her in this recording studio on episode 1. I don't want it at this point.
You're never gonna give me a great singer moment in episode 1 again. I've already had the best.
You're never gonna give it to me in episode 1.
You're never gonna give it to me again. So then we go to Chris and Jason's apartment, which is in Marina Del Rey. Speaking of my girl Sheena Shea, we all know Marina Del Rey is not a part of LA, as we've been told a bunch of times by the other cast members. So Jason and Chris, they are half cousins because their moms are half sisters. Jason is also a twin brother, and Chris also looks like his brother. So let's leave the twin out of it because I'm going to get confused.
Yes.
Anyway, Chris's biggest fear is regret. They're both from Jersey. That super checks out. And then, this is it. Chris says he's done a lot of acting, modeling, and done 2 reality dating shows and OnlyFans. And that's when I said, I know this man. I know where he's from. And I straight up, he was on Perfect Match on Netflix.
Oh, what season? I don't think I remember him.
He was on season 2, and he was, let me tell you my point of view. Okay. Basically, you get like this perfect match, and he was matched up with, I think it's pronounced Tulu, but beautiful black woman who basically the whole show, it's one of those racist situations where like no one wants to date the black woman, which is like so upsetting. But she was so beautiful. She ended up with Chris. It seemed like they kind of liked each other. And then as soon as they got out, she was like, no, he was basically using me. They had big internet beef. They kept going back and forth on all the internet beef. Apparently, he had told her, like, no, I really want to make this work. And as soon as they got out, he was getting his little dick wet everywhere else. So she called him out. Oh, my God. And then he started making videos of being like, if you need a villain, I'll be your villain. It was some shit like that. It happened so long ago. And I didn't read the full article to go back on, like, why it was such a big thing, but the internet beef made it so much crazier. But it was one of those situations where like she thought they were just faking it for the TV show because she was basically like, no one here likes me. It's a bad situation, but I'll be on the show and just like get my check. And then he was like, no, I really like you. Like, let's make it work. And then as soon as they got out. He said that on the
show though, or
no,
after the show?
Separately. Off camera, she said to him, like, I know we're basically just friends. You know? Yeah, and he was like, no, I want to make this work. I want to do it.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'll reread the article. But yeah, this dude, I remember being like, I fucking hate that. I think I blocked him on TikTok because I was so fucking annoyed. I think I've already blocked
Perfect Match. So
yeah. I knew it. Amazing woman. I remember even watching it and being like, God, he sucks for her. But if he likes my queen, I'll be there for him, you know?
Yeah.
Nope. He
well,
just
it's crazy because, I mean, the minute this show started, I knew that those two were like the casted ones and were hired for the show, like at SUR. Because they were starting in the beginning. And you you're never going to be able to cast an entire show out of just the existing employees. Like, not everybody can be a reality TV star. But when he said all of that stuff of like, I've been on 2 dating shows and I was like, ugh, this is kind of going to piss me off. Yeah. Like, I don't want you here.
Oh, he's the worst. And then his dream is to be Flynn Rider in the live action Tangled, which you're not nearly tall enough. So shut the fuck up. I don't care. This man sucks. So Jason, on the other hand, he actually studied medicine in college, which, hello, Tom Schwartz. How are we? Basically cloned the old cast and put these weirdos in. You had a guy who doesn't practice medicine anymore do medicine and now live in Marina Del Rey. Like, it's giving Tom Schwartz, but whatever.
100%.
So, and he also seems like, no offense, the loser guy of the group. You know, he's just here.
He doesn't have charm. Like, you keep saying that about the cast, and I 100% agree. He doesn't really have charm, but he doesn't have the negatives of the other cast. He's like neutral. He's just like there.
Yeah. He's like, hey, should we be stealing brunch sangria? Like, he doesn't know anything. We do find out that him and Chris stripped for money in college.
Wait, I kind of love that. I think that's funny lore.
Sure. We didn't really get much. We just had Chris like thrust a little bit and be like, you don't want to go too hard. That's crazy.
That was insane.
Ugh. So then they talk about how they want to do they want to travel. They want to do all these things. Chris watched White Lotus and wants to now travel to Thailand.
If I didn't hate him before, this would immediately make me like,
Can I tell you, White Lotus makes me not want to travel because it makes me realize how terrible tourists can be.
100%.
Like, he watched that and went, oh yeah. That's where I want to go.
And I don't want to go with the people who watched a show and said, that looks cool. Let's all flood that place now.
Wasn't White Lotus Thailand the most recent one where there was that the guns at the end and like, oh yeah, why do you want to what the fuck, dude? You're going to go to the all-inclusive resort in Thailand too? Like, you're not my type of people. Whatever.
No, he's going to be the guy who retires there and like has the 20-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah.
Him and Paolo can go to Thailand and retire there.
Absolutely yuck. So then we go to the SUR staff meeting, to which I went, why is there no black people here? But I stand corrected. There were 3 black people at SUR. So
just not on the cast of the show.
No, also, none of them casted.
It feels forced to have a staff meeting in the first episode.
Yeah, what are we? Well, we do yell at someone.
We do. That. I know. I just was like, okay, we're really trying to like strike up the drama.
Can we talk about how like we had a SUR staff meeting filmed in season 1 of Vanderpump Rules, and then we never again saw one.
We had one other, I think.
Maybe. But now it's like, oh, we must have another one. It's just like, you don't have to film them.
Can I say something mean?
Yeah.
I died because like at first, like Lisa's there obviously, and then like some people come in and it's like the non-cast member, obviously like extras that they asked to come in for this filming. And those people are so happy. They're like, hey! Like, obviously they're not in trouble. Like, this show has nothing to do with them. So like, they're not going to get yelled at. So they're like cheesing the entire time.
Yeah, they're getting paid to sit and watch her yell at other people.
I know, but I was like, this is so funny. These are the like, they're just like,
This is my dream. I clock in. You have to pay me my minimum wage, and I do nothing.
And they probably get a fee from the production company for just like
There you
being on
go.
camera.
I do nothing. I'm still
True.
in Lisa's good graces, and you don't talk to me at all. Imagine being at work and no one talking to you, and you're still getting paid.
Well, not no one talking to you. It's that you aren't in trouble and you get to watch it go down.
Yeah,
that is my dream.
Sit. You're dinner and a showing and being paid. Hello. So Lisa starts, SUR is Natalie's livelihood.
Well, we didn't drag Natalie as if she's like so poor, like she needs this to go on.
Not Lisa's. Okay, Lisa's a millionaire. Natalie,
and also,
though,
if Natalie's upset, shouldn't she be giving the speech? Like Lisa's giving the speech,
no,
but this is Natalie's livelihood.
Natalie's on the verge of tears. She can't handle it. But Lisa is pissed for Natalie because of what transpired that night. And she looks right at Marcus and is like,
who is in the center chair.
Yeah, because he showed up late with his backpack.
Yes. His call time was 5 minutes after everybody else.
Yeah, because this was the only spot available. So she calls him the fuck out. She shames him in front of everyone. How dare you, kind of shit. And then she tells Marcus, get out of my meeting. I don't even want to see you right now. So he takes his brown backpack and he exits stage left, basically.
It was pretty like it had a good cinematography to it. Because he was like walking through that hallway and those gates with his stupid little backpack on.
The best was the producers chase him and you see the boom, the sound boom.
I love that. More impromptu interviews.
The producers were like, hey man, are you okay? How you feeling? And Marcus was like, whatever, I just got caught. He's not even sorry. He's like, I got caught.
They clearly didn't tell him. This obviously was staged. Obviously production knew they were going to do this. Production is probably the ones who told Natalie about this. They were filming it the entire time. And they were like, this is great. This is going to be a great ending to our premiere.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Well, let's get the boom to make it look impromptu. Ugh. Shoot at the sky. But, Lisa basically looks at everyone and says, get your shit together. So then we go to the back of SUR with Kim, Natalie, Venus, and my girl Audrey, who is my favorite. Baby. And Kim says she's glad Marcus got called out because he needs to stop. And also, now he's going to come crying to her, but she's not going to reach out to him. He better cry his way back to her for a shoulder to lean on.
Do we think he is?
I was like, man, she's nuts and I love her. I think she's going to reach out and be like, are you okay? Yes, she's going to talk 100%. A big game about not. But then Natalie's like, I'm so happy I told him no at the bar. And Kim's I hope he cries. Yeah, great. And then Audrey looks at Kim and says, tell him to get on all fours and beg. And I was
man is not going to.
Yeah, Audrey. That's what made me like Audrey the best. She was like she's listening to Kim. The best part was she was sitting on this bench. Kim is just yelling about how she's not going to go back to Marcus and blah, blah, blah. Audrey's looking straight forward. And it was almost like she's not even registering what Kim says. But instead of being like, yes, girl, queen, she's like, tell him to beg. And it means nothing. She's like, I'm not even involved.
I'm really sad because it looks like the back of SUR has been cleaned up. They were sitting on a nice bench. And I'm like, this isn't what the back of SUR is. Get on those, the wobbly tables and the janky-ass chairs that you keep in the back. Yeah. No, this can't be cleaned up. They have fake,
trees or vines stuff, or whatever.
Yeah. I'm like, why is this cleaned up? It's not supposed to look nice. You're supposed to be screaming at each other.
No.
Cigs in the back.
There's supposed to be a trash can on fire in the left back corner. Yep. And there's supposed to be plastic cups everywhere and probably a homeless man sleeping on the side. That's what we need. Missing shoes just gathered there. Out of some trash. We just need it all. It needs to be the grossest thing. And then you put one table with a cloth over it and 2 chairs.
You don't even need
a
cloth.
Everyone else stands. No, but they had the table with a cloth, which always cracked me up because I'd be like, what is the cloth doing here?
That's why I think they would roll silverware.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was just we were in the back smoking. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, rip your vape. Come on. I know you guys all vape.
I do have to say, shout out Marcus for having an old-timey cigarette just in his ear, ready to smoke it. That was great.
You know what? I appreciate Marcus more than when I started this episode.
Yeah, I think Marcus is he's the worst and I hate him.
Absolutely.
But
it's that energy we talked about with Sheena, where it's like Marcus is the most enjoyable to watch while disliking him.
He is Kristen Doty in man form.
Yeah. Yes.
That's him. It is. You'd hope he'd be one of the guys, but straight out the gate, this was Kristen. The sig, the messiness, getting yelled at, the drinking. Yep. Oh my God.
I like
People arguing. Usually though, Kristen would get in on the argument, but he just, that might be just a guy thing, but
that's true. That's whatever. True.
So next time on Vanderpump Rules, we have a birthday. Marcus has a meeting with Lisa, and Kim and Natalie fight again, which that's going to be so fun. I'm Team Kim already. I don't care.
That makes sense.
Okay, we have to do Accepted and Blocked. And for those who might be just joining us, which go back to our old episodes, they were way better. But for those of you just joining us, Accepted and Blocked is where we picked one person from the cast to block from our feed that we don't want to see because we hated them so much. And Accepted is a person we'd like to see more of. We'd accept them into our feed because they gave us good vibes. And can we start with Accepted? Because I feel like it's not dark.
You go first.
You know how the old Vanderpump Rules, when we'd block, it'd be pretty dark?
Yeah.
I feel like we can end on a high note with Blocked,
I understand.
So I'm accepting Audrey because she was my favorite. She said 10 words. 5'10", somewhere in there, and she was lovely. She basically said, we're all here to be famous, and get him on all fours and beg.
Make him beg.
That was it. And she did great.
That does it for you. Yeah.
I have more questions about her.
You're going to dislike this, but I'm accepting Natalie because I need to know more about the Paolo situation. I need the drama and I need to know. And she seems like a type that would give a full Instagram story notes app of like what's going on and why she's upset.
Well, she's my block.
I knew she was going to be your block.
I think she's fucking crazy, dude. This girl, she is the biggest pick-me. She's not even fucking disguising herself as a girl's girl. At least she disguised herself as a girl's girl.
True.
For a little bit. This girl
and she could hold like girlfriends.
She had Ariana for a long time. That's since over. But you know what I mean? It got political. Vanderpump Rules got a little political at the end because we had a cheating scandal and it was a lot. But yeah, Natalie is just nuts, dude. Nuts.
Correct.
Okay. Who are you blocking?
I don't even know who I want to block because there's like some lame people that you know what it is? It's Chris. He's the one who like was on all those reality TV shows, right? Like he feels like a tryhard and won't be interesting. So like get out of my cast. Like the rest I think could bring drama. Chris it feels like he cares too much and wants it too much.
Yeah. I was debating Shane, but I think Shane can give me a little.
I think he's going to be he can at least like pull girls and I want to watch that.
Sure. I don't know. I'm iffy on this cast. I'm unfortunately, how many episodes is this? Like 20?
We have to give it time to breathe, but I swear to God, if this is more than 10 to 12 episodes, including a reunion, I will lose my goddamn mind.
You want 10 to 12?
That is like a standard. Like that's what like Next Gen NYC I think was. So I expect them to give 10 episodes.
Dude, I think we're in this for the haul.
You think this is going to be like 18?
Is there a way that they will tell us?
No. What will really tell us is when we get the like, if we get a like still
this season.
Yeah.
Sources suggest it's at least 9 or more.
Like, Southern Hospitality is 10 episodes. Next Gen was 10 episodes.
It should not go over 10 episodes. Like,
most first season shows are about 10 episodes because, like, they just don't have enough. They're not, like, seasoned reality TV people. If we get
20, I'm going to write my local congressman about this. Like, I'd be so upset.
No, we can quit halfway through if it's 20.
And then just see how the rest of the season plays out, and we'll come back to it.
We'll do 1 through 10 dedicated episodes, and then we'll do an 11th episode for 11 through 20.
We'll see how well the first 10 do. And if no one listens to this bullshit, I'm clogging out until we finish the season.
Guaranteed second episode, but we can decide after 2 episodes.
Imagine like one person listens and they're like, it's mostly because you know what? If you're listening because you didn't want to watch it, that's also fair.
That I need to know.
Can you let us know why you're watching?
Why you're listening to us?
Listening, yes.
Yeah.
Does it make the actual episode more enjoyable to like listen to us discuss it afterwards? Do you not want to watch the original episode? Do you just like hearing our voices? You're not even watching the TV? Like what? You don't even know Bravo. What's your reason? Let me know. So then I can cater this more towards you.
Absolutely. I'll put a poll up on our Instagram.
Yeah, because then if everyone that's listening is watching it, I'll do
not watching it.
Well, if they are not watching it, I would do more details.
Yeah.
To separate these people. But if everyone who's listening to this
Alicia,
is watching.
You did wonderful with the names. You know these people. Yeah, you got no one wrong.
I feel like once they started arguing, I was like, then they were yelling at each other, and I saw the man with the mustache,
well, I think
and
it's easy because there's really like 4 main players here. It's like, it's Kim, it's Marcus, it's Natalie, and then there's always like a 4th that's swapping in and out, but it's like Venus or like Demi. You know? Like that's all that mattered this episode is those like 3 core ones, and then like somebody else was always in on the drama with them.
You know what? It wasn't as hard as I thought once I'm talking about it and I see it.
Yeah.
But if you were to be like, oh my God.
Who is that? And just show you a photo.
If you were to be like Natalie post on her Instagram, I can't imagine what Natalie looks like.
Yeah.
I have to see her in this.
Because I told you I watched the first 20 minutes, like I saw it online, that you know who they are based on their character and like what their role is. Like it's easy to determine that because they are very different. Like even though they're all like a bunch of them are brunettes, it's like Demi's the manager, and it's like, so you see her being a manager, so it's easy to know.
Demi also doesn't look like, she has a unique look to her, which helps.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Jason and Chris are gonna trip me the fuck up. Those 2 twins.
100%, but they look like
the twins.
Yeah. We love the twins.
I love the twins that aren't actually twins. Okay, great. So we did the first episode. If you liked us, please leave a review. It really helps. And also like go join our Patreon or follow us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Do all the things. It would help us because it would make me a lot happier doing this if like there was some benefit I could see.
100%.
Anyway, with that, thanks for joining. Or that's your line. I don't know. See ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.